Hey. Hello.
Hi there. Can you hear me?
I can hear
Yes.
you.
Yes? Okay, excellent.
Amy, can you talk? You hear us, Amy?
This is when I wish you had, what was the one you used to, you could actually see video and type at the same time?
Yes.
It's one where you're like, hey, can you hear?
I'm having a hard time. Amy, we can't hear you. If you will look on the top right of your screen or on the bottom left, there should be a button that says unmute my audio. Try that. We've got 6 on, so.
Hey, Chuck, how are you doing?
Doing good, you?
Doing good.
Who's this? Chuck? Is that what you said?
This is Chuck.
Hi,
Hey,
Chuck.
Chuck, I'm Melody.
Chuck is from Ambridge, one of the locals here. And he joined in on the Pro Bio video that I did, and he's been to a sip and see. So
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
Hey, Tammy. Can Tammy hear us yet?
Hi, Tammy. How are you tonight?
Hi, Melissa.
Hi. How's it going?
Good. Now that I got my volume.
Good to see you.
You too. We're eating dinner, so please forgive us.
Oh. We've got Walt. Hi, Walt.
Hey, Walt.
Because Amy must be having technical difficulties. I hope she can get it straightened out.
I'm loving it. And then Charles is back there. Look at all the men we've got on tonight.
I'm loving this.
I'm loving this.
My hubby's putting the kids to bed. He's been on several of our last few calls and has really loved doing them. So he's gonna be bummed when he hears all the men are on tonight.
Yeah.
I know. Reagan's doing the same thing. I'm like, love you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Go.
Go.
We're working on creating a huge ambassador team here in Pittsburgh.
I
Clearly.
love it.
That's awesome.
Are you with us now, Amy?
Yeah, I had no sound for some reason, but now it's working.
Yay,
Okay.
I can hear you.
I know.
That helps. That is helpful on one of these calls. Yes, we got to be able to hear you.
Yes.
Oh, Chuck, hi.
Stamp him.
I love this. This is great.
Well, you think I should start or to get started? We want to keep pay close attention to your time. So I'm going to introduce you to some of the speakers tonight. You've already kind of casually met them. Melody Thomas is my sponsor and friend, and she's the one who brought me into all of this. She's an interior designer in her former life and probably still does quite a bit of it. Once a designer, always a designer. And she is a gold ambassador with Plexus. Amy will also be speaking with us. Amy's brand new. She's been with us a few months, and she's on fire. And she's ready to talk about her health testimony and the testimony of her family. So she's going to be like a whole Plexus family, and I'm really excited about that. And last but definitely not least is Melissa Darby. Melissa is our Diamond Upline. She is Melody's sponsor, and she's going to be here to tell us a little bit about how she got involved with Plexus and a little bit about her family testimony and her business testimony. So I'm supposed to start off, and I'm going to discuss the products with you and try to keep it very short and sweet because I'm kind of a research geek, and when I get talking about them, I go on forever. So I have been practicing, and I'm going to try and be short. Plexus products are what brought me into this. I was looking for sleep, and Melody kept saying how great hers was. So I started looking into the products and found that they address 3 major areas: blood sugar regulation, gut health, and inflammation. And those are the 3 areas that are big issues here in our country. The first product is going to be the Triplex, which is actually 3 products, but we call it the Triplex. It has been clinically validated for weight loss, and it does support healthy glucose or sugar regulation. And it supports, if you guys could put your mics on mute. There's just a lot of feedback going on, and that would make it a little bit easier for me. Everybody but the speakers, we kind of need everybody else on mute. So it has been clinically validated for weight loss. It supports healthy glucose metabolism, and it promotes a healthy gut flora. If you didn't know it, 70% of your immune system is linked to your gut, and 90% of your serotonin production is linked to your gut. So it's pretty important to have that healthy. It improves your gastrointestinal health. It can help to relieve gas, bloating, discomfort, all that fun stuff. And it supports your body's natural detoxification. So there's a lot of stuff going on there with Triplex, and it's kind of a whole other call. We have 3 weight loss products that kind of back up the Triplex. We have Accelerator and Boost, which are both used to boost your metabolism and to help burn your fat more efficiently. And it helps to suppress the hunger. Now, you're going to want to talk to your sponsor, whoever brought you on, to find out which one of those is better for you. Block is our carb blocker, and it also has been clinically proven to block 48% of your carbs. And it will help to reduce your glycemic index and neutralize the enzymes that convert carbs and sugars into glucose. So those are for 3 of the weight loss products. Also, we have P96 shakes. If you're a shake person, we don't promote a meal replacement. Our shakes are post-workout. It's a great protein shake if you need a snack. It's great for that. But Plexus is not about meal replacement. We want you to eat real food. We have a pain line, which is our Ease line. Probably the thing my husband tried is the Ease cream. The Ease cream and the Ease capsules are made with New Zealand greenlit mussel. And that's a very strong natural anti-inflammatory, and it's paired with bromelain and turmeric. Turmeric is also another good anti-inflammatory, and what's really cool with Plexus is they paired them together with the New Zealand greenlit mussel because turmeric needs to have that essential fatty acid to be effective. The other thing is nerve health support, which is a mixture of vitamins, minerals, and amino acids that help to support the healthy nerve cells in the nervous system. Could be nerve damage from neuropathy, carpal tunnel. I've found that it's helped with that. So there are a lot of things that the nerves affect, and this will help to promote healthy regrowth. It's actually probably, I think, our underdog product. I don't think people talk about nerve enough. X Factor vitamins, we have X Factor for adults, we have X Factor for kids. The X Factor for adults has aloe and is fully methylated, the only vitamin out there that has both of those functions. It has New Zealand black currant, which is also in the children's vitamin. The children's vitamin is, there's no artificial sugars, no artificial flavors, no artificial colors. So it's a very natural vitamin for your kids, and it tastes like sweet tarts. The X Factor for adults, because of the aloe, it's going to help with your absorption up to about 300%. So it's just going to make everything else work better. Next is Mega X, one of my favorites when I pair it with ProBio 5. That's my little kiss goodnight, and it helps me to sleep through the night. And it is the only plant-based omega with a full spectrum of omegas. 369, 5, and 7. Not sure why they're in that order. That's something I'm going to have to find out, but that's how they always do it. It's made from the ahi flower, and it is the only plant-based omega out there. So it's an excellent product, no fish burps. The last 2 products were actually the first 2 that were introduced by Plexus. The breast check kit, which is a device that goes over the breast to help locate any lumps. It's going to magnify the feel of a lump. And the body cream, which was originally formulated to pull out toxins and to help heal the skin after radiation. So body cream is great as a moisturizer. It's great for skin issues such as eczema, psoriasis. It's also good for sunburn, which I tested it last year, not on purpose, but I did test it, and it works. It really helps to take away the redness and the pain. So those are our products. There's 16 of them, so it's not a huge line, but it's a powerhouse line. It addresses just about every issue you can have health-wise. It's just an amazing product line, and I'm just, every time I start researching it more and more, I'm amazed at the way Plexus has put these things together. Our next speaker is going to be Amy. As I told you, she is one of our newer ambassadors, and she's going to tell us a little bit about how Plexus has helped her and her family right now.
Okay. Well, first of all, I got involved with Plexus. I first heard about it in July of, I want to say it was like 2015, when Tammy and Terry started kind of knocking down my door and talking to me about it. You know, I kind of teetered. I was dealing with the 21-day fix, was not seeing much result. So I finally, in July of 2016, the company was offering I believe it was like half off for your startup fee. So I said, I can't turn that down. You know, where else can you start a business for that cheap? So I said, all right, I'm going to do this. Got involved. Didn't really start taking the products, unfortunately, until October of 2016. So from October to about December, it became very noticeable. Terry actually took a picture that off of Facebook and compared it to one from like 6 months prior, and I was even shocked myself. I hadn't even realized. But the things that I noticed first for me were I was sleeping better. I was taking Benadryl every night to fall asleep. I was no longer doing that. I noticed my mood was better. My energy level was ridiculous. Wasn't really noticing weight loss so much, but those things which are important. Since October when I started, I have lost about 20 pounds, close to 40 inches total off my body. You know, just all those things that I've noticed, you know, health-wise with the sleeping better and, you know, not taking any medication, haven't been sick. So I got my boyfriend on it in December. And by the end of December, he told me he hadn't taken a Xanax in 3 weeks. And that was the first time in 15 years he had ever done that. So, you know, for him, that was like amazing, you know. And so then after the holidays, I decided I'm getting my kids on this. I have 2 out of my 4 kids are taking it pretty much all the time now. My son has Asperger's, and he's also taking Edge. And we're noticing a lot of changes in him. His behavior's been better. He's a lot calmer. Actually had a teacher come up to me a couple weeks ago at a meeting and asked me, you know, what are you doing differently with Tyler? He's focusing more in class. And so I just told him, I'm like, this is what I'm doing. And, you know, so that's been amazing. And he's only been doing it for about a month with the Edge. And it's just unbelievable, the difference in him. Going to get him signed up. He just turned 18. So going to get him signed up and have him doing it while he's in college and make some money. But yeah, I mean, I'm definitely, you know, it's amazing how my life has changed. I really didn't start the business end of it until probably in the last month. And in that time, I've had 2 people sign up. I'm going to go silver this month. I know it, you know, and just it's amazing. I've just been unbelievably blessed and amazed by the products and the company. Waking up this morning and seeing money in my account that, I wasn't even expecting. That's just so amazing and cool. And being able to share that with my friends and my family has just been a lot of fun. And, I'm sitting here in my pajamas talking to you guys. It's amazing. It's been unbelievable. So that's basically my story.
And we usually start the day talking in our pajamas too, don't we? We're always messaging every morning.
Yes. Wake at 5:30 in the morning.
I know. Okay, the next one was going to be Melody. She's going to tell us a little bit about the business, about Plexus, the company. I asked her to do that because I know when we first started talking, she had a passion there about the integrity of the company, and she just kept telling me over and over again about it, and that really helped as I joined.
Mm-hmm. So I'm Melody Thomas, and I'm going to share just a wee bit about the health side of why I even got into Plexus. I was super skeptical. I thought this is just the flash in the pan that the girls are doing, that I was in town with, and I kept waiting for it to be over with, honestly. And so I have an endocrine disorder called polycystic ovarian syndrome. And one of my major issues that I dealt with was hypoglycemia and just kind of erratic drops in my blood sugar. And when I had two littles, that was really hard for me to deal with. And I'd always had acne and allergies and all these different types of things that I hadn't really clued in as being connected. And so I initially started Plexus retail. I was going to order one bag because I knew it wasn't going to work. And I told my husband, I get my money back. So this is, fail proof. And so I got it, and within a few days, I just started feeling so much better. I was shocked by how much better I was feeling. And then I kind of really fell backwards into the gut health aspect of things. Again, kind of skeptical about it. But the more I started to study the gut and its relation to allergies, acne, brain fog, sugar craving. I mean, all these things I had been dealing with for years. So I just kind of went head into with the gut health with the Probio 5 and BioCleanse. And crazy enough, at almost pushing, how old am I? 42 years old, I'm going to have better skin than I did in my teenage years. As far as acne, I started breaking out in my late 30s, pretty bad. And so now I have no skin issues. I have no seasonal allergies. My brain fog is gone, which I thought was just mommy brain. But so that's been amazing. But one of the things that I was really intrigued by was the company, as far as the caliber of people that I kept seeing talking about it and becoming ambassadors. These were people that I really respected, that I had known for a long time, that I knew weren't just kind of doing the it thing. There's, that person that's just like, every time you talk to them, they're just like, whatever the wind's blowing, they're that direction. These weren't those people. These were just really solid people. And so I jumped in and just started talking and sharing. And the more I got involved and the more I started learning about just the community that's within Plexus and how they support each other, how the compensation plan is structured. It's really, if you do well, then it helps me do well. I'll scratch your back, you scratch my back. I mean, it behooves everyone to be encouraging, helpful, sharing, all those types of things. It helps everybody. And so there isn't a kind of corporate type of feel, or the way some compensation plans are, that you don't want somebody to get ahead of you. You don't want somebody to necessarily do better than you. And that's what I loved about it. And I loved that even though it was predominantly women at the time, we got the men coming up more, but predominantly it was a lot of women. That's unusual. You don't normally see a huge group of women without just getting ugly somewhere. I mean, it's just the nature of it. I hate to say it, but it does. And that just was not the case. And so that drew me in even more. I was just like, how in the world are they all these women working together and so beautifully and very harmoniously? And so, I loved Plexus as far as who they were and how just they stood by their product. They stood by their name. They want you to be satisfied. Just the quality of their products, the consistency of them. It was just nothing I had to worry about. And so I just integrated it in completely to my family. My kids have taken stuff. I liked that if I shook up my mommy drink, as they refer to it. Some people, that's wine. For me, it's the pink drink. If I shook it up, I didn't have to go, oh, they want a sip of it. I didn't have to worry about it. It was totally fine for them to take a sip of it. And there wasn't anything in there that was going to harm them or hype them up or do anything for them. And so I love that aspect, that there really isn't anything, minus accelerator and like boost, that my kids couldn't have in the line that I had to be worried about. And so I liked that part of it. There was such an integrity that I'm real particular with what my kids get. So when I felt comfortable, like, hey, if they can have this, my word, I feel comfortable about sharing this with other moms. So, and that's me in a nutshell. Thank
you, Melody. And the last one is Melissa, and if she could share a little bit about her health testimony and a little bit about the business end of it.
Perfect. Thank you. One thing that I always love to share with people is just to open your mind, to what you're hearing tonight, because I was such a huge skeptic. I love saying that Plexus proved me wrong, and I was a huge skeptic, but I am now a success story. So if you are a skeptic, bring it on, because we have so many skeptics that have started that way and have ended up being a success story, whether it's because of our products or because of the business. But after doing research, it became very clear that it was a very low risk decision to try Plexus and then to join Plexus. And yet it completely changed our life. So if you go back to April of 2014, which was almost 4 years ago, I was working from home for an Ethernet and tech company that was based in Maryland, but I had the flexibility to work from home. My husband was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes at age 8. He's 40 now, so his pancreas has not worked for over 30 years. Experts say that the lifespan of a type 1 diabetic is about 20 years less than someone with a pancreas that is able to function. So I've been on a mission to help my husband find anything that will improve his diabetic health. We have 2 kids. Our oldest is 12 and has ADHD and learning issues, and then our precious son came along. He's now 8. He is on the autism spectrum and was born with severe GI issues. From day one, I knew that we were a medical mess of a family. So just between the 3 of them, I was having major anxiety. I wasn't sleeping at night. I was starting my day with a Red Bull. I was ending my day with an Ambien and a glass of wine. And I was on a crazy cycle. I couldn't turn my brain off. I was worrying about how we were going to pay for medical bills. My son, at the time, the autism treatments weren't covered by insurance, and the GI specialist that we were seeing was in New York. So the bills were piling up. Even though my husband had a great job, I just always felt the need to do more. Anything I could do to help give our family the best life possible, I wanted to try to do that. So I was working as a marketing specialist for this tech company, coding in foreign language, and it was not my passion. It paid the bills, but it was not fun. And all this while, I'm hearing about Plexus on Facebook. And again, I pulled my eyes and said, no way, because I had been involved in a network marketing company years before that when I was home with my daughter. And I said, never again. I had a nickname. Actually, my husband made up a nickname for MLM. He called it Mel Loses Money. So we were that couple that not only said, heck no, we made fun of it. And so I love that, God kind of brought me to my knees and said, look, if you'll just open your mind and open your heart and listen to what I'm putting before you, this could really be something. And even when I first heard about Plexus, it was being presented as weight loss. And I thought that was a fad. There's no way to just lose weight quickly and do it in a good way, in a way that's actually healthy for your body. So I was extremely skeptical, but I started doing some research about the products. I love to research, and honestly, I saw that my friend Suzanne that was sharing the product, she was having huge success with the business. and we needed that money. And it really did intrigue me, even though I didn't want to let her know it. So while all that was going on, she ended up coming over to our house because I had told her no. She showed up with the products and said, guys, I've been researching this, and I think there's a whole lot more to this than we realized. And the night before that, I was doing research on it as well. And I had found that, you know what, Plexus was so much more than a weight loss product. This was a health and wellness company that was getting people healthy from the inside out. So I was really intrigued at this point. And when she made the effort to come to our house, put the products in our hands, and say, I've prayed for you. This is something that it's a no-brainer. For $34.95, you guys can become a part of this and just try the products and see what you think. And so my husband and I, we make a lot of bets. And we made a bet. He said, I will take these products every day as long as we aren't paying for them. So if you can figure out a way to cover the cost, we can do it, because we're a Dave Ramsey family. And we didn't have a line item in our budget for Plexus. But after he started trying and using the products, we saw such a huge change in him. And 3 months later, when he went back to his endocrinologist who had given him a terrible report, his doctor was blown away. His cholesterol was critically high 3 months before. And when he started using the Plexus products and came back, his cholesterol was in normal range. And his doctor said, you can stop taking your cholesterol meds. Same thing with blood pressure. He was critically high with blood pressure. It had normalized. He was in the normal range. The doctor said, I don't know if you're training for an Ironman or what you're doing. I've never seen results like this. But the stat that I love to share the most, and the one that really blows me away every time I say it, is that he cut his insulin by 40%. And, you know, these products are made for type 2 diabetics as well, but the results are the same for all people. When you stabilize your blood sugar, your body can function the way that it should in an optimal level. That's how we get healthy from the inside out. When you hear these stories from migraines to fibromyalgia, joint pain, focus, you know, even with our kids, it does seem too good to be true. But what I tell people is, yeah, we're finding out things that these products can do every day. Melody talked about hormone regulation and insulin and all of the things that it's done for her, from skin to focus and just feeling better. And it sounds like, okay, how can just a few products do all of these things? Well, when you're getting healthy from the inside out, when your gut can heal and your blood sugar can stabilize, your body functions the way that it should, and it's all one system. So the reason that it sounds like a miracle is because your body is one system, and when you are able to stabilize it and get it healed and restored the way that it should be, everything falls into place as it should. And I'll tell y'all, those Red Bulls and 5-hour energies went out the window, the Ambien got thrown away, and I got off that crazy cycle. And I thought I was healthy, because, you know, I didn't have the high blood pressure. I didn't have all of those things on the checklist. But when I started asking people about their health, and they would say, oh, yeah, I'm healthy. No, I don't need that. But I started saying, well, how are you sleeping at night? Are you sleeping without taking meds? Do you suffer from any kind of anxiety? Do you have any issues with your stomach? Everyone has something on that checklist, because of our society, because of our diet, because of our environment. And people put health in the disease categories, but I've learned from talking to so many people that we all have messed up gut issues, and Plexus has truly restored so many lives. And so that is why I was able to quit my job as a marketing specialist and found my passion for helping change lives with sharing a product that felt very comfortable sharing. I didn't feel like the crazy Plexus lady. I felt empowered. I felt like people truly wanted to hear about these products. We've got products that help men and women, young, old, all genders, men and women, young, old, everyone can use these products. And with a month, when you're consuming these on a monthly basis, and you put a comp plan together like Plexus offers, which no one can match, that's how you kind of find that golden opportunity. And that's why we have the one Plexus culture that we have, is because we all want to help each other not only feel better, but we want everyone to experience the freedom in our lives with time, with family that we've all had. So if you think about financially, what is life-changing money for you? Or what could you possibly get from this? What would an extra $500 a month do for you? What about $1,000 or $5,000 or $10,000? I don't care who you are. $500 in a month is game-changing money. For us, it changed everything. Within just a few months, I was covering our mortgage, and I was working my other job at the same time. I found out really quickly that I didn't want to do that anymore. I was burning myself out. So I made another bet with my husband and said, I am going to quit my job when I make it to Emerald. And he said, you go, girl, knock yourself out. And now he has a sugar mama, so that has been pretty fun. And he just turned 40 in September, and he has been retired for the last year. He has been helping my son. He has been here and a part of our lives. That was an impossible prayer. That wasn't even on our list. That wasn't anything we were ever even looking for. So my ceiling was here. I thought the job I had this was it for me. This was as good as it was going to be because I could work from home. The sky is the limit. But I also know that we all have our own personal goals. Not everyone wants to go to the top. I didn't ever say that I wanted to be at the top of a network marketing company when I grew up someday. So I get that. But I also want you to know that we will work with you with your goals and whatever it is that you want. If it's covering the cost of the products, that's great. We can help you do that spending very little time. If you want to do more, if that, $1,000 or $5,000 a month or even a year, if that sounds like something that would change your life, what about $5,000 a month? Guys, we can do this. We've got the success, we have the tools, and we have the products that work. So I just want to tell y'all, between the culture, the purpose of the mission, and the lives that we have seen change, and the fun that we've had, the blessings and the icing on the cake has been some pretty serious icing. I'm just so thankful that I am a part of Plexus and that I get to be a part of this team. So thank you for having me tonight. Terry, go ahead, and I think she's going to finish it up with a special offer, but I just want to thank you guys for your time.
Yeah, I do want to finish it off. If you were invited here, you were invited for a reason. You were invited because we thought that you would do wonderful with this, that these products would be amazing for you. So we do want to give you a little offer because you did take the time to sit and listen. And what we're offering is to reimburse $20 of the startup fee, which is $35. So you can start your own business for $14.95. So it's $20. You sign up with a welcome pack, and we would be reimbursing you once you've done the sign up. So I encourage you that if you're interested, that you would talk with the ambassador that invited you, and get yourself signed up and give yourself an opportunity. And I never really expected it to be this, and I did Tupperware, I did all of that before, but this is different. It really is. And I'm so happy. I do think it's a God thing that that Melody came into my life. And even though we only traveled together twice, I really do think it was a God thing. So think about it and get back to your friend who invited you. And thanks for spending some time with us tonight.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. It was nice to meet or see everybody again.
Yeah, it was good seeing you all. Have a good night. Sleep well.
Have a good night. Yes.
Oh,
Bye.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Mel and Mel.
Mel and Mel.
Love y'all. Bye.
Bye.